And then later in the hour, I'm going to start getting into some other news. And the next hour, a big news blitz and a guest here in studio. But we have to find our humanity again. We have to find our humanity again as a population, as a people. We have to learn that it's our job to protect ourselves, and it's our job to provide ourselves health care, and it's our jobs to have family, to have children to take care of you when you get old. The state isn't going to do it. That's common sense. That's history. That's the facts. The government doesn't want to run your life because they care about you. They're criminal, social engineer, control freaks who enjoy sadistically running your life and poisoning your water and food supply on record White House science czar to hurt you. This is the facts. We'll be back with your phone call straight ahead. Infowars.com. They came and took it all away.
They came and took it all.
Powerful interests want to seize governments. If you control the government, you have unbelievable power and wealth. This is history. U.S. Senate just passed the reconciliation bill and is sending it back to the House of Representatives. We're trying to find out exactly what extra goodies they added to this. Unbelievable. You now have the president signing things before they're even fully passed. Right now, let's go to Stan in Missouri. Stan, you're on the air.
Good afternoon, Alex. You've been right on target with what you've been talking about today. I tell you what's happened to our country, and it's no fault of yours, it's no fault of Joyce Raleigh's, it's no fault of any talk show host. What's happened, Alex, is we've lulled ourselves into a false sense of security. And what I mean by a false sense of security, when nothing happened with Y2K, people were looking at Al Cuppet with 350,000 foreign troops to come in and take us over. And when nothing happened with this, people just gave up, Alex. They're looking for a Red Dawn scenario.
I agree with you. People are looking for an overnight takeover. This is a creeping, incremental death.
You just don't come into a country and take it over overnight, Alex. You have to implement these plans that they've implemented in these foreign lands like Cuba for years. I mean, Castro, he might have come in and took over, but they had to implement their brainwashing indoctrination centers and all that. You had a friend of mine who was a guest on your show years ago by the name of Jeff Colin. Jeff Colin knows what it's like to live under communism. Alex, these people in this country are spoiled rotten. They have no concept what it's like to live under socialist order.
We know big government is hellish, and I appreciate your call. Those that have studied history know that, but the public who don't help people when they're bleeding on the side of the street, don't help women being attacked by thugs. Remember, what was it, more than 10 years ago? For week after week in New York City and Central Park, hordes of 500 to 1,000 men. There were different size crowds. We could pull up that video. I bet it's on YouTube. Rapes in Central Park. In fact, try to pull it up. And the police, I would imagine you'd search it under police refuse to help women being sexually assaulted in Central Park. That'll pull it up. And the cops would just stand around in a circle around the rapers and let them do it. Because the cops are drawn from the very same people that fill up this country. And the public just expects somebody else to save them, and they don't know what's about to happen to them. Let's talk to Darnie in Oklahoma. You're on the air.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about the airport scannings. About 3 years ago, someone who is very close to me who works with TSA told me that they had a special meeting that they were putting devices in the headrest of the airplane seats to monitor brain waves.
Yes, I saw that a few months ago, and I forgot to cover it. They're going to have cameras in the airplanes that scan your eyes that look for aggressive movements. Again, they've proven that lie detectors are a fraud, and now they're just getting fancier quackery. They have mobile Homeland Security 18-wheeler trailers that put you in a brain scanner and ask you questions and then say you're guilty. And I did see the report of they're going to monitor brain waves in the seats of the aircraft. Hell, if you let them put your kids through a naked body scanner, if you let them grope your body, I mean, they now squeeze the woman and squeeze the man and grab your genitals, then the sky's the limit.
Exactly. And I wanted to ask you another thing. Did you have any intentions of covering the concentration camps that the United States has ready for us?
Well, ma'am, I made 3 police state films that cover that from the congressional record and the documents from the government. And I've made a 4th police state film. It's been almost 8 years since I made one. It's available to be ordered now at Infowars.com. Police State 4, The Rise of FEMA. And it completely proves it. No conspiracy theory here, all conspiracy fact. It's a 2-hour, 20-plus minute film. About 35 minutes of it is the FEMA camps, all proven. It debunks Glenn Beck putting out disinfo, saying that it doesn't exist. It covers the COG, continuity of government, how the takeover plan has happened. It's all covered in Police State 4. And sure, you know all about the FEMA camps, but your neighbors, your friends, your families don't see how it ties into the gun confiscation, how it ties into the clergy response teams, how it ties into the executive orders. I mean, the film covers it all. False flag terror, everything. Riot police, federally controlled, trying to set up our cameramen as terrorists. It's all on video in Police State 4, The Rise of FEMA, available at Infowars.com right now, and you'll get it first. It ships out in the middle of April, so get your orders in now. It will ship to you first, and then make copies of it and give it to everyone you know. Almost 8 years since I made one of these. 8 years of info, all the latest information in this film. In fact, let's cue up the trailer. We'll play it for PrisonPlanet.tv viewers, audio for the radio listeners when we come back.